Anyway, last year I knew I would have November pretty much free. And so I called my travel agent, a woman named Rita, who has retired. But Rita comes out of retirement for me. And it's a running joke I have with her. I call her, I go, Rita, are you still retired? She goes, not when you call, hon. I go, why not? Because wherever you go, it's interesting. Because she sent me to North Korea, Iran, China, Mongolia, Tibet. I go all over the place with her. And so she goes, where do you want to go this time? I said, November, Antarctica. She's like, you've got to go in November. She's screaming at me. And I said, why? She said, the penguins are breeding. It's like a big deal. I said, okay, it's more action than I'm getting. I'll go. And so I get all my cold weather gear, and after a few weeks, there I am in Ushuaia, the southernmost city in the world, and I jump aboard this wonderful ship full of hardcore scientists who are going to teach us about biodiversity and the ecosystem and global climate change. And this was advertised to me by my agent, travel agent, as, Henry, this is the most challenging and boringest trip in all of Antarctic travel. I go, what makes it boring? 5 hours of lectures a day. It is so sciencey. You are going to love it. Because I am that guy. All of that. And so I find myself on this ship with these wonderful fellow eco-travelers and these really wonderful young scientists, Australians, New Zealanders, people from Brazil, people from Germany, and they're all switched on and they're all about it. They spend 6 months of the year at the bottom of the world and they're committed to ecology and understanding what is going on with our planet. They're some of the finest people you'll ever want to meet, and they're oh so smart. And so I am traveling alone, one of the only people on the trip traveling alone. And so I would sit at different tables as the odd person out, and all the couples like, so you're Henry? Yes, I am. And you're traveling alone? Yes, I am. Is everything okay? Yeah, because I'm able to keep my own company. Is that okay with you? It's a little weird and slightly off-putting, but okay. And they were very nice to me, and I gathered very quickly that we had different priorities. I'm there for the science and the bad news, and they are there for some of that, but they're really there for the penguins. They are penguin freaks, like, Henry, we've got 5 more days until penguins, we make landfall, we are going to see penguins. Come on, Henry, say it with me, penguin, penguin. I'm like, I'm not going to say penguin with you at 7:15 in the morning. I'm going to shovel eggs into my mouth. Henry, have you seen March of the Penguins? I haven't. We've watched it 8 times as a family. That's great. You want to see it on my iWatch? Not yet. So they're penguin fanatics. And whenever they would find one of the scientists, like Annette, the whale expert, or Bob, the geologist, who was my favorite because he had no good news whatsoever. The world is coming to an end. The world is going to be full of warm water. Why? Because of you, all of you, and your toilet flushes and your vaccinations, your vacations. There's no good news. The world is coming to an end. Any questions? Anyway, they would go to any of these scientists, bird expert or not, like, we're going to see penguins, right? And you'd see the same expression on the scientist's face whenever anyone said penguin. It's not a look of hatred towards penguins, it's a look of exhaustion. Like, you say penguin, like, sir, you are going to see so many penguins. Your fat head is going to spin off your skinny little neck. I am the whale expert. I am Annette from Germany. I do whales. I'm not the bird person, but yes, penguins are included and will make landfall soon if weather permits. Finally, our lead scientist had to do a memo that went into the PA system in all of our cabins. There's been an inquiry as to the existence of penguins at the bottom of the world. As we've warned you many times on this trip, if weather does not permit, I cannot, by law, let you leave the ship. However, we expect good weather, and yes, you will be encountering penguins. Please don't worry about it. And finally, by every single lecture, they would have to start the lecture. Okay, this is going to be about Deception Island and the slaughter of whales and seals almost to the extinction of the species. And yes, in 2 days, we will be seeing penguins. Okay? So there's something about penguins that wears out the scientists. And I really want to find out. You can tell they don't hate them, but there's something about penguins that makes them go like, oh, penguins. Finally, by day 5, into our little cabins. Please come down to the lounge to learn how to meet a penguin, because we're going to meet them today. You feel this shit. As people are running down these stairs to the lounge to get the how to meet a penguin lesson. And so we find out in a 1-hour lecture that penguins have no predators on land. So they might not be that afraid of you. They might walk right up to you and look at you. You are not allowed to talk to the penguins. That might traumatize them. Do not touch the penguins. Do not hug the penguins. Do not steal the penguins. Springtime in Antarctica, you'll see the males nesting. You might see some of the males, you'll see the males building the nest, the females are guarding the nest. You might see males engaged in procreative behavior. It is their time. Please do not be intrusive. Their droppings are red, so you'll see these red, what we call penguin highways, making stripes across the island. Do not step in it. When you see a penguin crossing your path, they have the right of way. It's all kind of be nice to an animal and don't traumatize this very delicate environment 101. We get it. And so I'm taking notes because I am that guy. Don't talk to penguins. And so finally, we're all in our cold weather gear and we hop into rubber boats. And I'm in the back of a rubber boat with a net, our German whale expert who's steering the boat. And we are going to encounter chinstrap and gentoo penguins. And so we go into this dense cloud of fog, and I inhale a stench more intense than the first 4 Black Sabbath albums being played at once. Whoa! Whoa! And I look at it and I go, let me take a big fat guess. That's the smell of penguins. And there's that face like, you said you've looked at penguins? Oh boy, are you going to get some? Within 1 minute, the stench is such that your lungs are hugging themselves closed. Like, that's not coming in here. And so finally, the cloud clears, and you can see the outline of the island. And I've seen a lot of amazing things in my life, going to Central Asia, Southeast Asia, all across the African continent, all over the Middle East. I've seen a lot of amazing things. But it was the most mind-blowing sight I think I've ever seen, to see rows and rows of penguins. Not like 1, not 5. They were like the cavalry, just rows of them, and they're magnificent. And they're chinstrap and gentoo, mainly gentoo. The chinstraps are kind of all in one gang over there. They were dominated by the gentoo. And as soon as they see the boats, they start moving. And you see them zipping up their outfit, taking one last hit. Come on, the tourists are coming. And they come right down to where the boats land, like, Wah! And they peck your boots. They give you like, you're not food. Wah! And they stink because they are covered in their own crap. So they're white and black and red and green and brown. They are utterly disgusting and cute at the same time. And I don't like saying cute and put that to an animal that is in danger of being killed by killer whales and human presence. But they are cute, and they stink, and they're just befouled in their own fecal matter. So let's see. Dipped in crap, looking for a date. Amsterdam! And so they come on. And my fellow travelers are euphoric. Henry, they're the penguins. And they want to talk like, they want to go, hello, Mr. Penguin. But they can't, like, I'm not allowed to talk to you. And these people are so happy. And I'm kind of happy. And I'm, digging the penguins. And there's always one penguin on every single island that I identified with. And this happened every single island. There's one penguin who's strayed away from all the others. And he's like 20 yards away, standing alone in uncracked on snow with his little flippers out going, ah! That is the penguin who's realized the existential crisis and the futility of his life. Like, why? Why? I said, I am that penguin. It's Camus the penguin, forever lost in a Beckett play. He'll